I wonder who's controlling all that weather that's making this happen. Who on the big weather gods has been fixing it so Alberta's getting nice weather and Florida's getting beaten on? Why, it must be the chemtrails, right? Yeah, I'm going to start on that, guys, because I'm getting sick of it. Look, political gotcha games are one of the favorite tactics the hysteric left likes to use to try and paint conservatives as crazy. One of the best gifts a conservative politician can give an opponent is to appear to embrace fringe conspiracy theories. Now, recently, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith stepped in it when she appeared to lend credence to the long discredited chemtrails theory when she answered a question at a town hall meeting. Smith never said the chemtrail theory had any validity or that people should be concerned, but she answered the questioner as if it was a legitimate question worthy of discourse. She really should have just dismissed it. It was an act of being polite to a person who doubtless was genuinely concerned, but it didn't do the Premier of Albertans any favors. The news scroll was taken up for days with legacy media members being aghast. I mean, Andrew Coyne, of course, haughtily said, Premier Loon. He loves saying that about Smith. And of course, they implied that Smith was an adherent to kooky chemtrail theories. The Premier then had to waste time and energy clarifying and explaining where she stood as her comments were taken out of context and they spread like wildfire. So what's the lesson here? It's a simple one. Don't give time to bloody conspiracy theorists. Look at the chemtrail thing and think about how unreasonable it is. The chemtrail conspiracy theory assumes that all those jet contrails you see in the sky are actually chemicals being sprayed to control the weather and to poison citizens. For this conspiracy to work, one must assume that every commercial pilot, airline mechanic, baggage handler, and even that pretty flight attendant is in on it, as well as every government in the world. It's completely absurd. It's rather easy to debunk the theory. There's plenty of sources online which lay out in lay terms how water vapor, and that's all it is, from aircraft exhaust condenses at high elevations in certain conditions. There's plenty of photos from World War II showing contrails as aircraft fought during the Battle of Britain, which kind of debunks those claims that these are a new phenomena. Of course, those pictures might have been edited, right? That 1942 Photoshop. I'm confident that our Air Force veterans of World War II weren't part of any grand conspiracy to modify the weather. If they were, I wish they would have made it a little better for our January days. The ready facts countering chemtrail theories are lost on the adherents of the conspiracy theory, though. To try and debate with them is just to invite a barrage of anecdotes and links to websites that share their odd worldview. And they also like moving the goalposts into a discussion of cloud seeding practices, which is something else altogether. No, chemtrails are only one of the many of the conspiracy theories thrown around. Of course, a troublesome and pervasive trend that's emerged lately among conspiracy theorists has been the allegations of organized pedophile rings. They believe that most aspects of the world are run by networks of pedophiles who traffic our children and presumably molest them, even apparently in pizza parlors. It's bizarre and it's repugnant. In Alberta, there's one social media activist with a surprisingly large online following who claims that Alberta Health Services is actually a secret pedophile ring, and that news outlets that refuse to report on his nutty allegations are part of the conspiracy. It's more than a little offensive, and I suspect he's going to be facing a nasty civil action pretty soon if he doesn't shut the hell up. Pedophiles do exist, and they're disgusting, and there are some vile networks that trade in children. They have to be exposed, charged, and incarcerated at all costs. That doesn't mean there's thousands of organized pedophile rings, though. As awful as child molesters are, thankfully, they aren't as common as some conspiracy theorists would like us to believe they are, and they tend to be loners. I think part of it's an effort to make their villains appear as odious as possible, or at least, to quell questioning of their views. They like to shut down debate by saying things like, oh, so you're okay with pedophile rings? No. But instead of letting them drag you into their perverse discourse with statements like that, what people in politics or outside of politics should do is just disengage and ignore them. There's nothing to be gained in trying to reason with them. A popular saying today is yesterday's conspiracies are today's realities. Well, in a couple cases, that's true. In most cases, yesterday's conspiracies remain as goofy and unproven today as they ever were. They just have better websites. Just because some historic conspiracy theories have proven to have some merit, it doesn't mean the other conspiracy theories are valid. Since there's hundreds of theories out there, some are going to manage to have some merit to them now and then. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. We have some real issues to deal with, and our politicians can only focus on so many of them at a time. Indulging conspiracy types doesn't pacify them, and it only distracts from serious business. Just ask Conservative Party of BC leader John Rustad how much he enjoyed having to deal with the fake issue of 5G telephone networks spreading COVID-19 when he should have been campaigning. Woke activists and legacy media, they won't relent, and they're going to keep trying to trap conservative politicians. But why make it easy for them? By dipping into the realm of conspiracy theories. Now, I know I've invited a barrage of emails which will link to favorite conspiracy theory sites. I'm not going to respond to any of them. I'm just going to forward them to my bastards among the little lizard people who control the media.